Hello, my name is Fergus Harmon, and today I would like to talk to you about misogyny in the online gaming community. I have been playing online video games for most of my life, and there has always been an air of misogyny within the community. Many of my female friends don't even bother to turn on their mic when they play because they know that there is a strong chance that they will be bullied for being a girl. Misogyny can be defined as hatred, discrimination, or persecution of women, and in the gaming community, misogyny is amplified by the anonymity of the internet. These communities are thick with toxic masculinity, and men actively empower one another to perpetuate misogynistic stereotypes and ideals. It is extremely important that we address the misogyny that is occurring in online gaming communities because it will not go away on its own. Video games have become one of the world's most popular forms of entertainment since they became popularized in the 1970s. The source of video games' incredible popularity lies with their ability to capture people's attention and imaginations in ways that other media like TV and movies simply cannot. Video games have the ability to take you to other worlds and not just view news stories, but play an active role in their progression. Over the past 40 years, video games have steadily become more and more popular and have gained a gathering of people from many different backgrounds. Despite the seemingly universal appeal that video games possess, for the majority of their existence, they have been almost exclusively marketed to men. As a result, the video games are culturally believed to be predominantly male activities. However, according to Siu Liu in the article Not a Children's Game, Misogyny in the North American Online Gaming Community, female participation in video games has dramatically increased, making up to 46% of the American gaming community as of 2019. It is easy to come to the conclusion that if 46% of the online gaming community is female, then the online gaming community must be succeeding at combating sexism. Unfortunately, it's quite the opposite. Despite the numbers, video games are still consistently marketed to the male population, which creates an environment of underrepresentation for female gamers. Additionally, because games target the male demographic, the games themselves often include misogynistic and degrading representations of women. I believe that a change must be made at all levels of the gaming industry, and it will take time for this change to occur. However, it is the duty of the players to let their voices be heard. It is our duty to demand that major game developers take measures to stop the harassment of their female clientele. Within the overall gaming community, there lies a subset of games that incorporate online features that allow people to play with and against one another. These online multiplayer games have generated numerous online communities that consist of anywhere from 2 people to millions. Massively multiplayer online games, or MMOs for short, like World of Warcraft and Elder Scrolls Online, have generated online communities that many players claim are their sole source of human interaction. The ability to instantly congregate with players from all around the world has positioned MMOs to sit at the forefront of social activity in the gaming community. Curiously, though, MMOs seem to be less rife with sexism than other multimedia games. This could possibly be because of their sheer scale. The virtual sea of players allows for room for people to find where they are welcome and avoid where they are not. The most hostile genre of gaming seems to be online first-person shooters, or FPS for short. Games like Call of Duty and Overwatch are notorious for sexism, racism, and homophobia. First, allow me to give you a crash course on what first-person shooters actually are. First-person shooters are fast-paced games that require a lot of skill and communication to play effectively. Many of these games are played on teams that consist of random people from anywhere in the world. Most of these games are short matches that require group coordination in order to accomplish a specific goal. Within each match, players are likely to be paired with people they have never met before, and while communicating through headphones is not required, it is highly recommended. The aggressive nature of these games, combined with the total anonymity that comes with online interactions, facilitates frustration and allows players to speak freely without any real-world consequences. Unfortunately, this often emboldens people with bigoted ideals to express their opinions whenever they want, with no regards as to how it will affect the person they are talking to. You may think to yourself, what's the harm in some online argument? Is it really that serious if I get called a name or two? Well, the difference is that online fights involving men tend to pertain to the man's ability to play the game well, while fights between men and women tend to focus on the fact that the woman is playing the game in the first place. According to Carla Mantilla, in Gender Trolling, Misogyny Adapts to New Media, it is not uncommon to hear the use of pejorative terms that are leveled particularly at women. Words like cunt, whore, slut, and comments designed to insult and humiliate women, especially in regard to their weight and physical appearance. These verbal attacks occur so frequently that many female players opt to not speak on their microphones out of fear of immediately facing a misogynistic downpour of slurs. Over the past decade or so, the companies that run the online gaming servers have introduced various methods of preventing harassment towards minorities within their games. They have introduced community guidelines that forbade the use of certain words, as well as a system for reporting players that violate these guidelines. Unfortunately, this is not enough. We need to bring the issue out into the open for all to see. The anonymity of an online profile can no longer be an excuse for vile behavior. Reporting systems need to be more thorough and dispense harsher punishments for users that harass women, and the issue of misogyny must be the issue of misogyny in online communities needs to be studied a lot more. All of these changes will, of course, require time and energy to bring to fruition, but I believe as long as we are talking about the issue and calling out the problems, we can make a significant change in the gaming world. So I'll finish this speech by asking you to please take this issue seriously and use your voice to demand for change.